Hi there, my name is Sasha Burson and I am with Comrade Digital. We may have spoken dozens of times and exchanged hundreds of emails, or on the contrary, you may have no idea who I am. Well, I am with Comrade Digital, and the reason why you're watching this video is you are our client. And we deeply care about our clients and want to make sure that you succeed today, tomorrow, and far in the future. So as we're going through these incredibly interesting, challenging, turbulent, unprecedented times, we wanted to share with you some of the thoughts, fundamentals, and ideas how to not only survive through this period, but grow through it and thrive at the tail end of this challenging time. So here's what we're thinking. Number one, and this is on the big scale, right, is the mindset. This is first and foremost that we focus on ourselves and what it is that we're telling our clients. Wherever your attention goes, your energy will flow. If you're thinking about fear, if you're feeling fear, if you're thinking about recession, if you're thinking about the negative impact that is already being seen on your business, possibly, chances are you are going to contract, your business will shrink, and you will be worse off at the end of it. Our thinking is the opposite of fear, opposite of contraction. We're thinking about expansion. This may sound ridiculous in a time like this, but our mindset is that of expansion. And let me explain why. Every business guru that you hear out there is talking about how to cut expenses, preserve cash, cut payroll, like fire the people who have been on your payroll, people who have been working with you side by side for maybe months, quarters, or years. To us, that sounds absolutely ridiculous. We're thinking about, hey, if everyone is thinking to these 99%ers, to the overwhelming majority that says, go this way, we better go the opposite way because those who go the opposite way always win. Think about it this way. Whenever there is a huge downturn in the stock market, what do the smartest people do? They buy into the downturn because they know that on average, if you look at the last, I think 70 years or so, the history of stock market, on average, when stock markets goes into free fall, it takes 538 days to recover to the previous high. That's right, just under a year and a half is all it takes for stock market to go from this back to this. Less than a year and a half. Now we understand that the same thing applies to business, right? If you're fearful and you're going to sell as the things are going down, if you're fearful, if you're going to start cutting everything you can and letting people go, what is going to happen to your business? You're going to get rid of your best resources and your business will shrink. So when this thing is going to be over, you're going to have a smaller business. You will have fewer resources and it will take you much longer to recover. Now, if you are going to be, well, I wouldn't say, obviously you are smart, you are our client, but if you start thinking expansion, if you start thinking, how do I take advantage of this? Here's what we suggest. As your competitors are going to shrink, you're going to expand. As your competitors are thinking about downsizing, you're going to expand certain things, not everything. As your competitors are going to do this, and this is key, as your competitors may be thinking and shrinking their marketing and advertising budget, they will create a recession of their own. Why? Because when you have marketing that's working for you and bringing in business, by downsizing or by cutting that off completely, what's going to happen is you're going to turn off the faucet that feeds your business. So ultimately, all that growth that you've been enjoying is going to be shut off. So we're suggesting that in this time, you need to apply expansionary and think about this. We have to do more of it. Because it will be harder to get new customers today. So we're applying this approach. It's the 10x rule. Whatever we did before, we need to increase tenfold in order to not just maintain our current level of revenue, but actually grow it. We think that within the next few months or couple of quarters, it will be attract new customers, it will be easier to earn them, and inevitably, what we believe is going to happen, cost per click on Google, Facebook, LinkedIn, and other platforms will come down because as your competitors run and hide in defensive positions, and think about defensive positions, how well does defense work in games? In sports, right? Can you win a game by taking up a defensive position and never going on offense? you can't, right? To win, you actually have to go on an offense. Yes, you have to have decent defense, but you also have to go on an offense. So you cannot win a game by being only in a defensive position. You have to go on an offense. So this is what I'm recommending. Go on an offense, expand our efforts, things that we're putting forth for you to expand your business. So this is first and foremost thought. Expand, do not shrink, because there are always customers that have the money and want to spend the money on whatever it is that you're selling. They may be in a holding pattern for the next couple of weeks as things are shaking out and they're trying to understand what to do next, but people are there with money that do want to spend it on whatever it is you're selling, services or goods. And the only thing that you have to think about right now is who is going to get that business tomorrow or 2 weeks from now? Is it going to be you or your competitors? If you shrink your efforts, if you take up the defensive position, it is definitely not going to be you. It will be your competition. So more ideas on how to grow through this challenging time. Reach out to your existing customers. If you're in B2B business, reach out to them and ask them about the challenges that they're going through right now and figure out how you can help them. Perhaps there are services that you could provide to them that will help them overcome the challenges or help them accomplish objectives that they have always wanted to accomplish. Some of the things that you may provide to them may be at a reduced cost or free of charge. Some of the things will actually be paid for at the regular price. We do this all the time with our clients. We're looking for ways to help you, right? If we can find a new way to do that, we reach out, we ask, and we propose, like, here's what we can do to help you get over this hump, get over this hurdle, right? You should be able to do the same thing with your customers. If you have a B2C business, you can do the same thing. Reach out to your customers and suggest things to them. Show them how you can help. For example, we have a customer that has a specialty gym for kids only. Naturally, they have been shut down for about a week now. They will probably reopen once this, well, not probably, definitely reopen once this thing blows over. But what are they to do now? They have a customer list. People have been bringing their kids there for a prolonged period of time. Reach out to those customers. Create videos that you can show those customers and their kids so kids stay engaged while they're at home. All the things that you used to do with the kids at the gym, show them how to do it at home, so you build a bit better bond with your customers. As you build that better bond, customers will appreciate and love you more, and they will come back to you once this thing blows over. Very, very important. Next, if your business, if your services, if people are looking for your services online and you have not done everything that we have suggested to attract them online, if you're not utilizing every viable platform to attract them online, reach out to us. Call me, talk to me, or talk to your account executive or talk to your account manager. My number, direct number, my cell phone number, 847-877-7568. Once again, 847-877-7568. Call me, we'll talk through whatever situation you're going through, come up with ideas how to expand your business through this thing that we're going through, and actually make sure that you thrive at the tail end of it. Or email me at sasha@comradeweb.com. Once again, we'll exchange ideas, we'll come up with a solution to help you grow through this thing. Not just maintain, but grow through this thing and expand at the tail end of it. Next idea, if customers are not looking for you online, and this is applicable to a lot of B2B businesses, reach out to them. We can launch a LinkedIn campaign where we're touching base with your ideal prospects, communicating with them, driving them to you, giving you the attention that you need from these people. So as soon as they're ready to make a move, as soon as they're ready to engage in a conversation, they reach out to you and not to your competitors. Next, as inevitably will happen, many of us will have some downtime. Here's what I suggest you do, and this is what we're doing. During the downtime, you actually put it on your calendar to work on two things: coming up with ideas and implementing those ideas to improve the service that you're providing to your customers. Here's the thing, you may think that your service is already ideal, but for every service business out there, you can improve your service. That's just it. No service is absolutely flawless. You can do better. Spend the time and energy to improve your services. Why? Because as your services improve, your customers will appreciate you more, and you will become less replaceable for them. They will not run somewhere else to consume the same service at a lower cost because you're so good. The second thing that I suggest you work on is Improving your internal processes. Let me explain. If you deliver a service to a customer and it costs you 40 hours to deliver that service, when you look at your production process, if you can find a way to cut that production cost by 20%, you end up with, in the future, with a cost of only 32 hours. So now you have freed up 20% of your production capacity. So as you are expanding your marketing and advertising efforts, as you start gaining more and more customers, do you need to expand your payroll to get more provide service to these new customers? Absolutely not, because you have freed up a lot of production capacity by making your process more efficient. So now you can deliver more service to more customers with the same number of employees. This production efficiency will allow you to generate more revenue and more profit without expanding your expenses. Speaking of expenses, there is one expense that we always suggest to our customers to cut in the downturn. And you have probably already thought about that, but now is the time to take that action. If there are employees that you have on your team that have been underperforming, that have been causing issues within the team, cultural issues, who people do not enjoy working with, if there are employees who you have been thinking about letting go for a long time, fire them now. Let them go, and at the same time, assure other employees for whom you care and love that you will take a bullet for them, that you will bleed for them, that you will do everything in your power to make sure that they are secure in their positions. This is what we have done with our employees. A couple of days ago, I sent out a company-wide video and an email where I explained that my partner and I are going to do everything in our power to make sure that everyone retains their job as we go through this period. Everyone retains their pay as we go through this period. We have been saving up. We have been opening lines of credit. We are ready for this thing. We are going to bleed if we have to. We're going to go in the red if we have to, but we will keep our team intact. We love our people and care for them. And you should tell your people the same thing, unless you don't love and don't care about them. But once you let go of the people who you should have let go of a long time ago, tell the others that you're there for them no matter what. They will have their jobs, they will have their pay, they will have their security. What that will keep in place is the trust between employer and employees. Opposite is also true. If you let go of somebody who you should not have let go of, a great guy or a gal who has been doing their job the right way, hasn't been causing any issues, everyone cares and likes them, if you let them go, everybody else on your team will think of, am I next? And people who are fearful do not tend to perform at the top of their level, at the time of their game. People who are fearful may start looking for other opportunities because they're fearful. People who are fearful may not be able to deliver the same level of service to the customers. So it's a lose-lose proposition. Make sure, once again, that you focus on serving your employees the best that you can, keeping them secure, keeping them safe, keeping them in the right state of mind so they can continue doing a great job that they've been doing. Make sure that you are clear about expectations from your employees. Make sure that they know what it is that they need to do to perform through this challenging time. No matter what their job is, the expectations that you have for them must be absolutely clear. And when you have those expectations in place and they know what to do, when to do it, and how to do it, your company will continue on being fine. So again, to recap the ideas, expand, do not contract. Fire your underperformers and keep doing everything that you can in your power to make sure that the people that you have on your team feel secure. Do these three things and your business will be absolutely fine. Retract, retrieve, be fearful, start letting go of people, and your business may end up being so much smaller at the tail end of this. Keep growing, keep thriving. Reach out to me, reach out to my team members. We're here for you. We will help you get through this and become stronger. Do not be like your competitors who will contract and lose out on a lot of opportunities at the tail end of this thing that we're going through. Thanks for watching.